Oh my God, Chris, it's so amazing! The functionality of the new features are going to be amazing! It stopped.
It stopped then.
Oh, it just did, yeah.
Hey guys, Chris coming to you from Whistler, and GoPro just released a huge update for their GoPro 8. It's under their experimental kind of division called GoPro Labs, and basically what they did is they brought a bunch of programmers together in a room, threw on a big hackathon, loads of pizzas, loads of messing around, and tried to unlock all the capabilities in the GoPro 8. And so on the other side, they have come out with this big release that's going to release a lot of new cool features that is going to make using a GoPro a lot more creative, fun, easy. Just throw some adjectives in there. So according to GoPro's website, many of these features originated from internal hackathons but haven't been assigned to a camera release. We don't promise any of these will make it to a production camera, but they're cool enough and cooked enough to give you a taste. Kind of unlocking all the creative side of what the GoPro has to offer, and they put it out. They say it's not a beta, I don't know, it's kind of a beta, but a lot of cool features in there, and yeah, I'm excited to try them out and to use them in the future, and let's go check them out. So the main part of this new update is unlocking your GoPro 8's ability to read QR codes. And what this is going to do is unlock a lot of new features, plus the ability to change settings, preferences, everything all at the touch of a QR code. Super easy, super fast. The first new feature we're going to cover is a personalized startup screen. So when you turn on the GoPro, it's going to display a message, name, email, phone number in case your GoPro gets lost, or you can just use it to identify in case you have multiple GoPros, your friends have GoPros, and they're all getting mixed around together. So to set your personalized QR code, there's a specific website through GoPro, so you're gonna head over there, super easy. It kind of gives you a blank slate for a QR code. All right, so I'm gonna put in, for my message, Chris GoPro, and then if you do a \n, that creates a new line, and I'm gonna put my not real phone number in, so don't call this. All right, and then that is now my QR code. Cool. So I'll grab my GoPro. Sweet. Now, bam! And as you guys can see, super easy to scan the QR codes on your phone with the GoPro. The only thing I would say is make sure that your phone isn't in direct sunlight, because all of that glare is going to make it harder to read the code. The next new feature is setting a precise date and time from GoPro's database. They have a specific website with a constantly changing QR code to display the current time. Basically looks like if a QR code was trying to display the Matrix. So just go to the specific website, you get your GoPro, you get your phone, boom. And then after that, it's good to go. So it can be good for lining up all of your different clips, especially if you have different GoPros, you know, your friends have them, or if you're doing a multi-camera shoot. Just do keep in mind this will drift, so before any multi-camera shoot, you would want to sync them up. And the site where you guys will be doing most of your work from for this is from the QR Control Customizer. This has all of your settings on there, but apart from all of the standard features that it has, similar to the GoPro app, it also has delayed actions. So the first one here is shut down and capture in. So this kind of does as it says. It was actually mounted on the side of a rocket and shot up and landed again. The main thing with that is they couldn't touch it for 48 hours, so they set it up beforehand, put this on, and it worked perfect, apparently. You can also set for a 24-hour camera time, and one of the other new features is for capturing sunrise and sunsets. And the way that the GoPro does this is using the GPS. It figures out where in the world you are, what time the sun is rising or setting there, and then you simply put how long before you want it to start and how long you want the video to last for. So super cool feature, especially for sunrises when you don't want to wake up. I have tried to do them here, but the weather has been awful. It has been the worst June, just rain and clouds non-stop. And the next new feature is definitely the one that excites me the most, is motion detection. So here you set up your GoPro pointing towards something, and if anything enters that field of view, it's gonna click it on into record mode and then turn off after it's gone. Okay, right here, new location. It did just start to rain, the bugs are out, but we have it set up here for the motion detection. So we're gonna film the GoPro as we ride past the GoPro, and hopefully it'll turn on as we ride by and turn off once we leave. All right, let's go. I've not looked at the footage fully for this one yet, but I feel like it went pretty well. The key with this is getting a good frame for where you're going. Probably want to be coming into it and just being aware of all the noise. So any trees moving, leaves, anything in the background that's moving can trigger it. And so you really have to think about the whole picture. Dude, first time with the motion detection. What do you think?
Oh man, what a handy tool to have. I mean, if you were out in the woods by yourself, you could make an entire video all on your own and it would look totally legit. And the other awesome thing about it is that it cuts out all of that extra time where you'd have to edit through dead space after the fact, you know?
And saves batteries.
Really reduces the amount of time that you have to fiddle with editing your footage later.
Can you contain your excitement right now?
Oh my God, Chris, it's so amazing! The functionality of the new features are going to be amazing!
Speaking of handy tools, let's get you home. I have been playing around with the motion detection a bit so far, and I am really impressed with what it has to offer. I think the main thing with that is just to get out, practice, experiment, see what works, see what doesn't work, because a lot of it is about how subjects enter and leave the frame, how much is in the frame, background noise with leaves and other things moving. So a lot of stuff going on, but the potential is there. Next new feature is speed activation, which is another really cool feature. Basically means when your GoPro moves, it turns on. When it stops, it turns off. So perfect if you want to be capturing some action footage, riding around mountain biking, snowboarding, and then when you come to rest, you know, we take on some electrolytes, things like that, then your GoPro is going to turn off, and then when you set off again, it's going to start up. So you're cutting out all of that boring talking part of your riding and just getting all of the action. Alright guys, so we are out in the forest here and we are going to be doing a field test for the speed activation on the new GoPro Labs update. My foot is a bit messed up at the moment, so Andreas behind the camera is going to jump on his longboard and do some tests out. Let's go! Alright, and the first thing that we're going to do, if you haven't done it already, is head over to the QR Control Customizer and do our settings for the video. So I like to do my normal video settings, and then at the bottom under delayed actions, start at GPS velocity. I did try at 1, but it didn't always work because any slight movement tricks it off. So I'm gonna do 3 kilometers an hour. No top speed, just leave that open, and then a hold time of 5 seconds. And then head down towards the bottom, additional commands. We're gonna put in our repeat command. Okay, we got our code. And then we gotta scan it. Scanny for Janny. So you don't need to start recording, put it up there. All right, it's ready to go. Andreas, are you ready to go?
Yes, I am, Chris.
Let's go. Andreas, have you used this before?
No, I've never tried this. This will be my first time experimenting with any of the GoPro Labs stuff.
Wow, real first time feedback.
Well, except for like last week when I helped you test the other stuff, but...
Okay, so I'll just get you so people will understand what's happening.
Yeah.
GoPro?
Yeah, so we're turning on this GoPro while we watch the other GoPro activate. All right, say when.
Go for it.
All right. Yeah, the red light came on. Oh, it just did, yeah.
Andreas, how did that work for you, bud?
Oh man, super convenient. I could see how that would be a totally handy thing to have when you're especially trying to film by yourself. Really nice to sort of have that ability to just put it in the back of your mind and know that the GoPro will start to turn on when you start to move.
And you get all the action and none of the talking.
Yeah, exactly.
If your friends are boring.
Yeah, plus like you can imagine when we're snowboarding, there's a lot of times where we're wearing our gloves, so it's hard to operate the actual camera functions. And now it takes away all of that secondary process of having to take off your gloves and fiddle around with the camera.
I definitely feel like this is one of the features that's going to get used a lot. For me personally, I do like the talking. It is good to put in the videos, so I probably won't use it so much, but you can adjust the buffer zone so you can keep that hold time up, so that when you do come to a stop and you got all your hooping and hollering with your buddies, you can still capture that before it cuts out. And then the next feature is probably the one that's going to make life for me the easiest, which is personalized QR settings that you can preload, and basically have them ready to go so you can switch from one to another super fast, and you don't have to go into the menu or anything. It's awesome. So the reason that I like this one for snowboarding is that if I'm filming myself, it's often in super view, and if I'm filming somebody else, it'll be in linear or narrow. And it is a pain having to take off your gloves, go through the menu, switch things around. By just having a pre-printed off QR code, stick it on your helmet, have it as a laminate. Yeah, you just grab your GoPro, give it a scan, and rub it's your father's brother. And the other good thing about this as well is if you and your buddies are all riding out with different GoPros and one of you has kind of got the settings dialed in, then you all can just switch over to his. And yeah, it just makes switching over controls, which can be very tiresome, really, really easy. So yeah, I think if all of the snowboard YouTubers aren't doing this, they're crazy. And then just some other features that I'm probably not going to use too much. You can do a multi-day sunset, so you can take a photo at sunset day after day after day. I don't know why you'd want to do this, but for 45 days you can do this with this setup. You can also do really long time lapses, and the example that they give is on a construction site. You can set the parameters for when it's going to take it, i.e. daylight hours, and then the intervals of the photos. And so you can get a really extended time lapse over several weeks without having to touch your GoPro. And then the other one that is kind of cool is you can do larger file sizes as well. So GoPro does limit your chapters, your file sizes to 4 gigabytes. Now you can do 12, you can triple your size, and so it does kind of keep everything maybe a little more organized. You get your ducks in a row and you don't have to worry about too many files kind of flying around all over the place. And overall, I'm impressed with this update. It's definitely 3 or 4 of the features that I'm excited to get out into the field, really get to grips with, because I think with a lot of this stuff where you don't have definite values, where you have, sensitivity is between 1 and 9, low and high, you really have to get out there, play around with it, kind of get to grips with what these values mean, so that when you do get out into a real situation where you want to grab a good shot, then you feel comfortable and confident doing it without getting like a false positive or just missing it altogether. I hope you guys get this update. If you have so far and tried it out, I would love to hear in the comments about what has been working for you and what has not been working for you. If you haven't already got it and you have the GoPro 8, go and get it. It is super easy, and I just can't believe it hasn't been getting more play. Obviously a lot of stuff going on at the moment, but this is a game changer for GoPro Labs. GoPro Labs. Alright guys, well if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I will be trying to put out more videos over the summer. I just got a new camera. It looks pimpin'. Camera quality looks great. Putting out biking videos, gear videos, lots of stuff coming out over the winter in preparation for a banger surprise awesome winter, hopefully fingers crossed 2021. Awesome guys, see you later. Bye.